Hello everyone, Vincent Neal from Canvas Foundation, back with another nonprofit partner spotlight. Today we're going to learn about Family Tree, a local nonprofit doing some really important work in Colorado. And our guests today are Chief Development Officer Robert Ham and a member of the Next Gen Committee, Doug Anderson. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Robert, let's start with you. Canvas has had a great relationship with Family Tree for a number of years now. But for our viewers who maybe aren't as familiar, just tell us a little bit about Family Tree and what your mission is.
Absolutely. Family Tree's been in the Denver metro area for almost 50 years now, and we're very grateful for our partnership with Canvas for many years. And we live and breathe our mission, and our mission is to partner with all people to prevent and overcome the interconnected issues of domestic violence, child abuse, and homelessness, and promote safety, stability, and healing across generations. Now that's a lot, but really what we do is we work with people. If there's anything that the viewers remember, it's that we work with people experiencing domestic violence, child abuse, and homelessness, and we do that across the 7-county metro area.
Tell us about your current role. I know you're a boomerang. You left once, but you couldn't stay away, so you came back, and now you're the Chief Development Officer. Tell us about that role.
I'm just enjoying this role, helping not only lead the incredible gifts and community support team that we have, but also help lead the organization into the next era of Family Tree.
Now, Doug, I need to clarify. Doug is also a fellow CanFam, and he's one of the rising stars at Canvas Credit Union. But you decided to join the Next Gen Committee. So tell us a little bit more about why you decided to join and how that committee helps support Family Tree in their mission.
Sure thing, yeah. So I decided to join the committee after going to a Family Tree event that they had. So every year, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but they do this really big celebration for people who have been helped out by Family Tree, and some of the sponsors will come out as well. So getting to see the mission and the value of what they provide there, when the opportunity came up and Rob was taking applications for this committee, I wanted to raise my hand for it. Much to what he spoke about, Family Tree focuses on people who have been survivors of domestic violence or child abuse, or people who are experiencing homelessness. And all three of those things, while interconnected, are also interconnected and woven into the fabric of my life. And so joining Next Gen was a way for me to raise my hand and say, you know, I want to take part in this as well.
So Doug, you set us up for this. In a few months, you're going to be hosting one of your signature events, the Celebration of Achievement. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, first of all, thank you to Canvas Credit Union for your ongoing sponsorship of Celebration of Achievement. And Celebration of Achievement is our largest and only self-produced event that we do. And we welcome about 350 people to view our programs and to celebrate people who have been through our programs and achieved success, whatever that looks like for them. So we'll honor about 3 or 4 people who have done really well, who have been nominated by our team members. And it's just an incredible night because it really does focus on celebrating those individuals and their families. And so there's tears, there's joy, there's lots of information about Family Tree, and there are sponsors who come and enjoy that with their teams, and our staff members are there, and it's just an incredible evening for Family Tree.
I confess, I've been myself a number of times. Typically, there's not a dry eye in the house by the end of the evening. So what if somebody wants to support Family Tree? What's the best way for them to do that?
Like everything else, go online, go to familytree.org/donate and give a gift, whatever is meaningful to you. We appreciate all of the donors that help us and support us in that way. Sponsor the event that's coming up. Sponsor us in other ways. We work with a lot of companies and individuals in order to gain these important dollars to support our critical mission.
Yeah, and we want to show our support too. So from now, leading up to the event on May 1st, we're going to be fundraising on behalf of Family Tree. And as always, we try to make it as easy as possible. So if you would like to make a financial contribution, simply click on the Donate Now button next to this video. Now, what if somebody's not in a position to make a financial contribution? What are some of the other ways for them to get involved?
Well, there are many ways with Family Tree. I mean, we're a large organization that's been around, and we have different facilities that we run, including shelters. And so, one way that people can get involved is to volunteer. We welcome groups and individuals in many different ways to volunteer to help our team members and our clients in that way. So just volunteer their time. The other way is to get involved with our programming, and that is just exactly the way Doug did. I mean, he stepped in and as part of the Next Gen committee and helps just get involved with what we're doing. And he also volunteered. You volunteered, I think, for the holiday.
I did
during the holidays. Yeah, that's right. And so there's that way to get involved with committees, with some of the strategic leadership too, if that's something that you want to be involved in with a nonprofit. And then finally, we have in-kind donations, and that is if you've got new items that you would like to donate that you think that would be helpful. We're doing that by appointment only, and so people can do that individually or a group like Canvas has done many times, do a drive for new items that folks may use, especially those experiencing homelessness. I think just last month we got a great sock drive from Canvas, which was really incredible.
Doug, similar question. What if somebody watching wants to learn more about the Next Gen Committee or they want to join? What's the best way for them to do that?
Sure. I would say, honestly, you can reach out to me if you want. Otherwise, you can reach out to Rob here as well. He's always happy to talk about that. I know Stephanie Johnson, who's a part of our community involvement team, she's been a part of Next Gen before, so she can probably answer some questions as well. Lauren Hensley is a part of it right now. She can answer some questions also. To just share a little bit more about what Next Gen does, it's really a way to dip your toe into philanthropy a little bit. Rob did a really great job of giving us high-level overview throughout the session last year. So I think we went from November until June, and so we went to the board meeting in June. So we get to see what happens behind the scenes with a nonprofit, and so it's really for people who are taking their first steps into this space. And so then you get to volunteer, you get to make new connections and network, you get to help Family Tree fundraise. You get to run on the Colfax Relay or marathon together.
That's right. That's right. We also do that.
We also do that as well. So that's what I would look at it as. It's a way for people who enjoy volunteerism to raise their hand and say, I think I want to take this a little bit of a step further. How can I create more impact? How can I meet more people who are part of this space? And then what can I do and what resources can I bring to this that can help it continue to build?
That's awesome. And one of the things we want to get better at is telling stories. So, Robert, with the time we have left, can you share an example or a short story about how Family Tree has impacted one of your clients?
Absolutely. When thinking about this, there are so many stories from the celebrants during Celebration of Achievement. But in thinking about this, I went back to one that was super personal to me. And one morning I came to the office, and I was early. I'm an early guy. And so I came to the office early, and there was a young woman who was sitting there, and she had, it seemed like she had just been to the hospital. And she was there with her little girl. And she was fleeing a domestic violence situation. And she wanted to get to our domestic violence shelter, Roots of Courage. And you could tell that she was just, I'm going to get choked up, sorry. You could tell that she was just dead tired. And her daughter was full of energy. She was just like running around. And one of the coolest things for me is that her daughter and I, she's had been not even 3, I don't think, but we sat there and drew pictures for about a couple hours while she was waiting. And then ultimately she was, she got connected. We took her over, the staff took her over to the shelter. And one of the things that I heard from that exchange was that once she got there with her little girl, tired and just from everything that she had experienced, not only that day, but probably in life, and she was young, they just welcomed her with open arms, welcomed her daughter, got her all set up. She started taking classes right then and there, and as far as from all that I know, that she's safe, stable, and on to the next part of her journey out of a domestic violence situation. So, I still have in my office. I still have the drawings that she and that her daughter and I did.
Yeah, that's a great example of just some of the stories that folks are going to get to hear at Celebration of Achievement. So, gentlemen, thank you both so much again for being here today. And thank all of you for watching. Until next time, remember, together we can do more.